The most important challenge facing our planet is climate change. The ocean covers 70% of our planet, sustaining life and shaping our future. It holds the key to tackling climate change, restoring ecosystems, and driving economic growth. It can create jobs, combat climate change, and ensure food security, but only if done responsibly. This is the promise of the blue economy, a vision for using ocean resources to benefit both people and planet. But what happens when economic ambitions clash with the delicate balance of ocean conservation? As an emerging economy, it is critical that we consider, if capitalism got us into this mess, can it get us out? Climate change, food insecurity, and economic growth are environmental justice issues that the blue economy aims to tackle. Ocean conservation must go hand in hand with equity, ensuring that those most affected by environmental harm have a voice and a share in the blue economy. Environmental justice reveals the unequal distribution of both the benefits and burdens of using the ocean's resources. Low-income coastal communities often bear the brunt of overfishing, pollution, and rising sea levels, while corporations reap the economic rewards. Organizations like AltaSea at the Port of Los Angeles aim to address these inequities through research, business, and education.
For example, I studied environmental biology and an emphasis in conservation, biodiversity, things like that. But I was able to take marine science classes, and I still developed a passion for both green life and blue life.
By providing opportunities for communities such as South Central, Boyle Heights, and Compton to learn more about the emerging economy through experiential learning in aquaculture and marine robotics.
Over there we have an orb that we call the Ocean Research Barge, and I was able to develop a pamphlet of different algae, and I'll have all of you identify them. We have about 8 species of them. We have red algae, brown algae, and green algae. They come in different sizes, and so it's going to be up to you to be able to identify.
Advancement in marine robotics and aquaculture are revolutionizing how we interact with the ocean. Remote operated vehicles, ROVs, are used for monitoring and protecting ecosystems without disturbing them, providing critical data on pollution, marine life, and the impacts of climate change. Marine robotics give us the tools to see what's happening in real time. From mapping the ocean floor to tracking coral reef health, these innovations help us restore balance. Regenerative aquaculture, particularly seaweed and shellfish farming, is another pillar of the blue economy. Seaweed absorbs carbon dioxide, reduces ocean acidification, and provides a sustainable source of food and materials. Seaweed farming lets us work with the ocean, not against it.
So slimy right now, and this turns into like those like dried up seaweed snacks that you eat.
It's a sustainable way to feed people, create jobs, and combat climate change. Currently, research is being done on using seaweed for biofuels, alternatives to plastics, and pharmaceuticals. Organizations such as Kelp Arc build and maintain a seed bank of kelp to support research, restoration, and farming.
Male or female, and the female cells, they're actually quite larger in size. So all these will be females. Maybe down here, maybe these ones might be males.
The ocean connects us across generations, from indigenous elders sharing traditional ecological knowledge to young activists.
To see that these treaties, like the Global Plastics Treaty, like the High Seas Treaty, like a full phase out of fossil fuels, are becoming more prevalent and more common. Despite increased pushback, despite increased conspiracy even, is so hopeful for me. And As a young ocean leader, I also know the realities of the world in which we live, and I also see the inequities of access to the ocean. The fact that kids on islands that should be surfing, that should be ripping, that should be out there diving are drowning because they're not learning how to swim because there's so many inequities. To see why kids in the Caribbean and in Bermuda and across the islands in Southeast Asia and across Micronesia are constantly being at risk from storm surge and from their houses going underwater because of coral bleaching and the reefs dying because the reefs provide a barrier. And I know this is touching on a lot of things, but what gives me hope is seeing that these same kids that are so under threat from these stressors are now deciding to form coalitions around sustainable surf on their islands, deciding that they're going to protect their reef from external threats, deciding that they're going to become coral gardeners, that they're going to work in the blue economy, that they're going to build back better.
While the blue economy holds great potential, it also carries risk. Without proper regulation and accountability, industries can harm the very ecosystems they rely on. The blue economy must be a partnership between governments, industries, and communities, guided by the principles of sustainability and justice, by centering those most impacted by climate change. With a strong international framework to prevent exploitation and ensure sustainability, the blue economy must prioritize transparency, accessibility, and community involvement to ensure equal access to growing economic opportunities. By centering conservation of human and non-human life, we can sustain an ocean for future generations. The ocean holds incredible potential, not only as a solution to climate change, but as a source of jobs, culture, and connection. The future of the ocean depends on the choices we make today, and a healthy ocean is vital to a healthy planet. Protect the ocean and join the movement for climate solutions.